My neighbor sued me for $250,000 over her rose bushes. The video from my doorbell camera made the judge's jaw drop. I never thought I'd be thankful for my teenage son's paranoia, but his insistence on installing doorbell cameras around our home saved me from financial ruin. It started last spring when my neighbor Mrs. Peterson, a retired elementary school principal with an award-winning rose garden, accused me of killing her prized roses. According to her, I had sprayed weed killer over our shared fence line, deliberately targeting her beloved flowers that had won the county garden show 3 years running. The roses were indeed dead. All 12 bushes along our property line had withered within a week, their once vibrant blooms now brown and lifeless. Mrs. Peterson was devastated and furious. She demanded I pay to replace them with mature specimens, $3,000 plus compensation for her emotional distress and the loss of potential garden competition winnings. When I explained I hadn't sprayed anything in my yard for months, she called me a liar and stormed off. 3 days later, I was served with lawsuit papers claiming $250,000 in damages. The amount was absurd, but her nephew was a personal injury attorney who took the case pro bono. My homeowner's insurance wouldn't cover intentional acts, and hiring a defense attorney would cost thousands I didn't have as a single mom of two. I was terrified my teaching salary barely covered our mortgage, and this lawsuit could bankrupt me. That's when my 16-year-old son Alex remembered our doorbell cameras. Mom, don't the cameras keep footage for 60 days? Maybe they caught something I hadn't even thought to check. Alex downloaded weeks of footage and spent an entire weekend reviewing it. On Sunday night, he called me into his room, practically bouncing with excitement. Watch this, he said, pointing to footage from 3 a.m. 3 weeks before the roses died. The night vision camera clearly showed Mrs. Peterson herself sneaking along our fence line, spraying something on her own roses, then carefully placing the container in my trash can at the curb. The next clip showed her retrieving an empty bottle from my recycling bin 2 days later and placing it prominently in my side yard where it would be easily discovered. My lawyer submitted the footage as evidence and requested an immediate dismissal. The judge scheduled an emergency hearing where the videos were played in court. Mrs. Peterson's face went pale as her elaborate setup was revealed on screen. In 30 years on the bench, the judge said, "I've never seen such a calculated attempt to frame someone." He dismissed her case and referred her to the district attorney for attempted fraud. Later, we discovered the truth. Mrs. Peterson's roses had contracted a fungal disease that would disqualify her from the upcoming national competition. Rather than accept defeat, she decided to kill them herself and blame me, collecting insurance money and damages while preserving her reputation as a master gardener. The judge ordered her to pay my legal fees and issued a restraining order. She sold her house 3 months later. My son now wants to be a lawyer, and I never ever delete my security camera footage.